What's going on, everybody? It's Saturday movie night, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday, June the 4th, 2022, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Dave McRae, coming to you live from the VoiceMann Studios in Toronto, Canada. Well, live to those who are watching me live. If you are watching after the fact, what is Saturday movie night, you ask? Well, Saturday movie night is a level number 2 and 3 exclusive on my Patreon. Once a month, I put up a poll for level number 3 members. So if you want to get in on to, vote for the movie that we watch, you got to be part of level number 3. I put up 6 movies, and level number 3 have, they just go to town, and the one with the most votes wins, and that's the movie that I sit down to watch. However, if you want to be part of the stream and the live show and watching the movie with me, you can also be part of level number 2, and you do get that opportunity with that. So that is what Saturday movie night is. We watch all kinds of movies, horror, comedy, cheesy horror, which is what we're watching tonight. I thought to myself, I wanted to know what are some of the bad horror movies? Like really bad. I mean, I can think of a few off the top of my head, but there's always those obscure ones that, you've never heard of, or, you don't know about. So I just did a quick Google search, and I put, worst 80s horror movies or cheesiest 80s horror movies. And a bunch of them came up. In and around, of course, the era of 1978 to 1984, 85, in that range, which of course is the golden age of slashers and horror and all that kind of stuff, at least the slasher subgenre. And there was some funny ones. So the ones that I had up on my poll this month were, where are we here? Final Exam from 1981. Don't Go Into the Woods from 1981, which I have seen. And that's a movie that Bruce and I watched way back in the day, like early 90s. His mother had it on VHS. We're like, what's this? So we pop it in. One of the shittiest movies I've ever seen in my life. So I threw that one on there. Splatter University. I don't think I've ever even heard of this movie. 1984. The Prey, 1983. Don't Open Till Christmas. Don't Open Till Christmas, 1984. And then finally, Trick or Treats. Yeah, that's right. Trick or Treats. Not Trick or Treat or Trick or Treat. Trick or Treats, plural. I was kind of pulling for that one. It's all about this girl who's babysitting this kid on Halloween. I'm like, oh, come on. The problem is, though, of course, I didn't put any explanation. And if you've never heard of any of these movies, did you actually go and kind of do a quick Google search to find out? Probably not. So no surprise, the movie that we're watching tonight is Splatter University. And I say no surprise because purely from a title point of view, Splatter University, you don't really have to do any quick Google search to find out, what that is really all about, right? So it won by a landslide, really, at the end of the day. So that is what we are watching tonight, Splatter University. And by the way, all these movies that I posted are free on YouTube to watch, 100% free. So if you want to watch Splatter University with me tonight, feel free to do a quick YouTube search for Splatter University, and it does come up. It comes up under the title Splatter University, 1984 horror slasher from the YouTube channel Classic Horror Motion Pictures. They have 312 subscribers, but whatever. They also got this movie. So this should be interesting. Jacqueline McEwen. Hello, Jacqueline. Great to see you here. Cody Snyder. Happy Sanjo is here. We'll see if anybody rolls on in throughout the show. You don't have to. Again, sometimes people can't tune in and they tune in after the fact or whatever the case is. But I don't know if this was, a popular poll, but I want to choose something different, right? I don't always want to do the same shit over and over again. I want to do something different. And I thought cheesy slasher movies would be a lot of fun. So we're watching Splatter University, folks. Splatter University. So let's get this movie underway. So I am paused 1 second in, and on the screen it says Michael Hers and Lloyd Kaufman present Trauma Team Release. That is what is on the screen right now for me. So, yeah, this should be interesting. Never seen this movie before. Never heard of this movie. Well, I can't say I've never heard of it. I mean, maybe I have at some point, but I know I've never seen it. I know I've never seen it. Cody says 1984 is such a great year for movies. Oh, yeah. Well, the 80s. I mean, especially the early to mid 80s, right? 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. You know, such great years for movies. All right, here we go, folks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's do this. Yeah. Whoops. Full screen. I don't want full screen. All right. Here we go. You guys can probably hear that, right? Oh, no, you can't hear that. That's right. You can't hear that. Not unless I let you hear it. I love the music so far. Very 80s, 70s, actually. It's got kind of a 70s synth kind of vibe a little bit. I watched the trailer for this movie, and it looks god-awful. It looks god-awful. And guess what? I think, I stand to be corrected because I was looking at all the movies that were in the poll. I think this movie was made for $50,000 US back then. I mean, that's less than the budget of It's Me, Billy. Although with inflation, maybe not. Still, I think we did a much better job. Obviously. Already this is... And look at the poster right here, folks. See the poster? Oh, you see the poster right there? Look what it says right up here. The most terrifying film of the year. The most terrifying film of the year? How could you possibly say that with a straight face? I will be very curious to see if anybody watches this with me, or if anybody who watches after the fact, because some people do, have seen this movie, and if they like this movie. You can't like this movie. I mean, you can like it for its cheese. Listen, like The Burning is kind of cheesy, but The Burning is The Godfather compared to this. So I guess we're just opening up here in some sort of mental asylum, I think. Some sort of institution, maybe. Not sure. Was that in the... Oh! Oh! That was in the balls! Oh, we're starting off strong here, folks. So cheesy. The music's so cheesy, too. Oh, my God. That was in the balls. I'm going to let you guys hear a bit of this.
Where you going? I told you to sit in the fucking corner.
Hey, where you think you're going? I told you to sit in the fucking corner.
Wait a minute. What? Oh, I see. He changed into his clothes. What happened to the audio? I don't know. There's suddenly no audio on the movie. But I'll continue watching. I don't know why there's suddenly no audio, but that's strange. You guys can hear me okay, right? Maybe the music was, maybe this part of the movie is muted because there was a song that was picked up by the YouTube algorithms for copyright. So this section of the movie is muted, probably because of that. I just see the credits on a black screen and there's no, like, it's just completely silent. So that's my guess. That's my guess. I'm sure after the credits are done, we'll kick into the audio fine. This is directed by Richard W. Haynes. Richard W. Haynes. We fade in on a sun. Yeah, now the audio's back. Yeah, that was the reason. This is Saint, what does that say? I missed it. Saint something college. Saint something college. The music, Cody says, it's playing music on my... Oh, was it really? And you're watching it on YouTube on the same site? Huh. I wonder why I didn't get the music. That's kind of strange. Mine was axed. I guess I'm just not privy to it. Are you watching? I assume you're watching along with me then, right, Cody? Andrew Stevens is here. Great to see you, Andrew. Oh! We're getting right to it with this. Oh, yeah, look at those effects, baby. Oh, Cody's not watching it on YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's why then. That's why. That's why you had the music. Yeah, no, it was a YouTube thing. They muted it. Oh, there we go. The next semester, yesterday. This is like... This is like, you know how Friday the 13th was low budget, right? Halloween, low budget. You know what I mean? This is like a step below that in the student film category. Maybe this was a student film. I don't know. But usually when you watch college or university film, I mean, maybe not so much anymore because, you know, we've come such a long way and some student films can actually be really good. But certainly when I was in college, and if you go back to this time, certainly shooting on film, and there's a production value where you're like, yeah, this is really good. Sometimes they're really good, right? But you're like, but this is clearly a student film. Like I can tell, you know, these are just looks, you know, it's a couple of notches below Friday the 13th and Halloween, all that kind of stuff. So, and that's what, you know, this has this vibe, right? But it's fun. Jacqueline McEwen says, this looks like something that a group of college friends put together over a weekend. Totally. 100%, Jacqueline. You're bang on. You are absolutely correct. I could not agree more. The audio, too. You know, it's great. Dave's reactions are going to be the highlight. Yeah, probably. I was pulling for that trick or treats, man. I was pulling for that trick or treats. I'd never heard of it. I've heard of trick or treat and trick or treat, but not trick or treats. I mean, who has, right? It's the same caliber as this shit. This is fun, though. Come on. Oh, now, come on, Mr. Priest. She's attractive, but just calm the fuck down. I wonder whatever happened to these people. Yeah, there's nothing more intimidating on a job interview than having Jesus on the cross behind the priest. That's a white rotary phone. You don't usually see white phones. They usually have some sort of color. No, it's jinxed, baby. Oh yeah, bring in that music. Bring in that 70s music. Ooh, here's the exposition. Look at that. Wonder who did the effects for this movie. Yes. She was murdered because she didn't believe in God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if he said that? Like, whoa! Calm down. Oh, she's thinking about it. Or she's reconsidering, I mean. Yeah. When this movie came out, I was 184, 5. I was 5 years old. It's hard. It's funny to look at how this era looks, and and think, yeah, I was a little kid. This, I lived through this. I mean, again, I was very young, of course, but I lived through the 80s as a young boy, and I can remember a lot of it. Like, I can remember we had a big white Chrysler and a big Oldsmobile, and it's crazy times, man. Definitely, and you notice the era for sure. Of course, when you're living in it, it doesn't seem weird, it just seems normal. Is this the same woman? Yes, it is. I guess she's at home now. So this is like, what is the, you know what? I got to get the synopsis for this movie. It's going to be a false alarm. It's going to be false. It's going to be a surprise, like her boyfriend or her girlfriends or something, like, hey, congratulations. Oh. Whoever Mrs. Bloom is. There we go. I should have read this at the beginning. A young sociology teacher is sent to a private college as a replacement for a teacher who was recently murdered by an escaped mental hospital patient. The new teacher must protect herself and her students from this deranged serial killer. Yeah, $50,000 budget. July 13th, 1984. It's a Wikipedia page for it. The original version of the movie was shot in 1981, and it clocked in at around 65 minutes. This is from Wikipedia. 13 minutes of additional scenes with the students were filmed the next year to increase the running time. I wonder if this was a student film then. Maybe this is a student film. This has got to be a student film, maybe. I don't know. The filmmakers were originally, were originally told they would have 2 weeks to shoot at Mercy College, but the school cut their time by a week, so many members of the crew wound up sleeping in the classrooms to ensure the film was finished. When students returned to school, they were alarmed to find crew members cleaning up fake blood. That's funny. No, okay, so I guess it wasn't. Definitely like maybe fresh out of film school, though. Interesting. And nobody's name here I can click on, so I don't think anybody went on to do anything. Interesting, though. Interesting stuff. Gotta watch that Trick or Treat sometime. So a lot of this would have been filmed in 81, I guess. So it didn't. So the movie came out in 84, but a lot of this was filmed in 81, which explains why there's some, like, when you look at movies from like the early 80s, in terms of like vehicles and clothing, there's sometimes overlap from the previous decade. And I was just about to say this almost has just a late 70s vibe to it. Here we're introduced to our victims here. Introduced to our victims. Cody says, kind of a harsh lesson. Yeah, I agree. Teacher must protect the students from a serial killer. Yep. A serial killer. He goes around killing cereal. He walks into classrooms trying to find different cereal and stuff. Can you imagine? I was there. It's funny though, because of Halloween and because of Friday the 13th, like, now I've never seen this movie. This, again, as I said, is very low budget. Like it's a couple of tiers below, Friday the 13th and Halloween. But it goes to show you that I think when we think of the golden age of slasher movies, we sometimes think, of all the good movies, but there's a lot of bad movies in there too, and different levels of budgets. They were spinning out. Everybody wanted to make a movie like this, and clearly everybody was. Are you pregnant? Oh, I called it! Called it! Well, she didn't say she's pregnant. She says she hasn't had her period in a while, but Sounded like I bet you there was a lot of ADR done on this movie. That sounded like ADR. Sounded like it was added in. A lot of this does sound like ADR. It doesn't sound, it doesn't, which it could have been. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're picking that up in the environment. That sounds like it's added. These are things I think about when I watch movies. Things I notice. I'll notice things even in Hollywood films like that. I usually notice ADR. Now, it could also be because I'm an audio guy and I'm a voice actor and I've done ADR. So, but there's Hollywood films I'll watch and I'll be like, you know, and I'll be listening to the dialogue and then all of a sudden there's just a very slight change in frequency or how a certain sentence is EQ'd or, you know, whatever, because they're trying to match the environment, right? They're trying to match the rest of the dialogue that was actually captured on location. And it's usually like it totally works. And the average person wouldn't even know it. But for somebody like me, I'll usually be like, oh, that line there was ADR, you know? I can tell. Just, I don't know. It's not a big deal, but look at these haircuts. I think of my sister Jill at this time, because in 1981, my sister Jill would have been 1918. She would have been like, this would have been my sister Jill's era. My sister Jill was born in 1964, so she would have been 20 in 84. Rewind 3 years, she's 17. So this is like totally, like there's photos of her with, you know, and anybody who grew up in this time or had siblings through this time, you know, all the, you know, the big hair and the blue eyeshadow. But this is college, though. This is not high school, I don't think. This is college. But still, close enough. I think this is college. This teacher, I don't know if you guys agree with me, for those of you that are watching, this teacher so far is the strongest actor in the movie. She's stronger than any of the students. I'm not saying she's strong, but I'm just saying I believe her. Like, I believe her performance. She's nuanced. Oh, yes, me. There's a priest in this class. I'm just stretching. Spill it out. Just say you're attracted to her. Come on. Ooh, we're going there. We're going there. Excuse me. Yeah, Cody. Totally. Well, this is relevant right now, right? Having the abortion debate here in the class. See how long this debate's been going on? It's so ridiculous. You can watch a newscast from like the 70s and close your eyes and be like, this sounds like I'm watching a newscast from today. Same problems, same issues, same concerns, same hopes and dreams, you know? Just a minute, Miss Parker. I'm attracted to you. Yeah, she's the strongest actor. Again, I mean, the bar is not very high, but I just feel like she's very Like she could be in like a Friday the 13th movie. You know what I mean? I wonder if she was an actor. He's okay too. The priest. Imagine if things got really weird and Jesus on the cross there suddenly went, yeah. And then went back to, can you imagine? Be like, whoa, what is going on here? Gets really weird like that. Jacqueline, wow, timely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sylvester Stallone. Let's turn this up for some people here.
Because you're new here.
There we go.
Obviously, I wasn't present during the incident, so perhaps I've been too harsh on you. Now, if you're having any problems or misunderstandings with anyone, please just stop and see me. That's what I'm here for.
Why is his knee?
I'm sorry, Father. I didn't mean to stare.
There's nothing to be concerned about, my dear. It's just a muscle spasm. Have a good
Muscle spasm.
Good night, Father.
Interesting. That. Maybe there's something up with this fucking priest, baby. Why would you wouldn't suspect the priest, right? Because he's a priest. It's the priest.
I mean, it seemed like a good deal at first. The money wasn't bad.
That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm going for it. Priest is the killer. Priest is the killer. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe somebody will die somewhere. Right.
I'll turn that off for now. I don't know if I would get dinged for copyright with this movie. I mean, this might be one of those movies that you could play the entire audio track through the whole show and it would never get dinged. But I don't want to take that risk. So like I normally do, I'll unmute the movie every so often when I think there's a fun scene to bring the viewers in on. Oh, she notices a man who's getting... There's no cup there. Oh, hi. Oh my God, this is disgusting. Oh, Tony. They're not even doing anything. Look at this hair. It's like Carrot Top in drag or something. 80s hair, baby. You should see some of my school photos, though, from the 80s. Like from, the first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. You should see some of it. Oh man, as like a 10, 11-year-old kid, man, I had like, not a mullet, but I had, you could tell it was the 80s. You can look at the photo and go, yeah, this is totally the late 80s. She's not coming. There she is. Just getting used to all the characters here, all the different students, trying to develop an emotional attachment to them. I'm not really emotionally attached. I'm kind of emotionally attached a little bit right now to the teacher. She's clearly has been established as our main. Oh, who's this? Oh, those shots were great. Single shots. Ah! But it's funny because you see them go, ah! Oh! Ah! Like it's just so ridiculous, That was great. Man. if you're watching after the fact and you haven't seen Splatter University, just watch the trailer. You don't have to watch the movie. Just do yourself a favor. YouTube Splatter University trailer. Just watch the trailer. Just take a minute, a half or however long. Watch the trailer, and then you'll know, yeah, that's the movie we just watched. Then you can just watch the show. You don't have to watch the movie along, but... it's just dawned on me right now because I was just about to say, fuck, there's a lot of priests in this fucking college. And it just dawned on me, well, it's probably because it's a Catholic school, Dave. That's probably why. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's probably why. You can totally tell I'm not religious. What is this, a jean commercial? A denim commercial? Listen to this fucking track, folks.
Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing? Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony!
Hey, what happened to these guys? Genius, you lost.
Oh, damn. Oh, well. Track passed. Is that the film? I think that is the film grain, or that's hilarious in that shot. The acting in this is fucking amazing. I'm surprised that they didn't go on to have great careers. Jacqueline says, I work at a Catholic college. Very cool. And many of the professors and administrators are priests, but we haven't had any murders that I know of. Yeah. Well, that makes sense, right? That makes sense, of course. It just dawned on me now. I'm like, oh, that's why of course. Yeah, of course. That's why. You should show this movie to people. Can you imagine? Look at the guy in the background. Look at the guy dancing in the background. Look at him. What the fuck kind of dance is that? I'm just going to say that so far there's a lot of, you guys going out tonight? Yeah, you want to go out tonight? What are we going to do tonight? I don't know. You guys going to go out tonight? Then you cut to another scene. Oh, no, you want to hang out tonight? I don't know what you're going to do. There's a lot of that. You could probably have, I realize it's a college, so you have to give the impression that there's a lot of people. But so far I'm thinking, you could probably tighten this up just a little bit. What kind of... Does this not play out, though, like a student film? And like I said, maybe somebody watching after the fact will comment below and say it is a student film. And please don't say it is a student film if you're just taking a guess like I am. You'd have to know for sure. Because I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it does play out either like it's a student film or fresh out of film school back in the early 80s. And that's not bad or good. It is what it is. It's why it was not very successful. And he only had $50,000, right? That $50,000, it would have been shot on film, probably 16. So, that whole 50,000 could have gone to the whole, to just the film stock. I doubt anybody got paid very much. Shooting on film is expensive. When I was in film school, we shot on 16 and it was very expensive. Oh, why go there? Why did he go for the forehead? Why not the neck? Like I'm trying to figure why the forehead? I don't know. Cody says, need all those numbers for the body count. Yeah, there you go. Touche. That's true. That is true. Good point, Cody. Ooh, he's found himself a vehicle. We don't say vehicle up here in Canada. We just say car. Well, you can say vehicle, but vehicle is, I think, more of a southern U.S. thing, isn't it?
You're riding the vehicle?
Yeah. Fucking loser. Where's her body? Her body's in the dumpster. Oh! And it says consumer on it. Oh, that's so funny. Splatter University. Earn a higher degree in terror. The most terrifying film of the year. Wait, we need some background music for that. The most terrifying film of the year. Splatter University. Now playing in theaters everywhere. That's the kind of voice I'd do for something like this. I wouldn't do my horror trailer voice because that's too Hollywood. I would do something more like Splatter University. You know, very kind of like Grindhouse kind of thing. Ooh, looking for me, baby? Mm-hmm. The love interest. Maybe, I don't know. I guess that's another teacher. Another prof. Another professor. Imagine there's like an epic sex scene between them. Like it's like total full on nudity, full on. Where did this come from? What's going on? Some more exposition because we have to find out who this loser is. Yeah, that's a good point. Jacqueline McEwen says this guy kind of reminds her of John Cusack. Yeah, he's got a bit of a John Cusack vibe. Yep, I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Jacqueline, for sure. There's a John Cusack vibe there. If he holds up a ghetto blaster, I'm going to be like, ah! That was Cusack, right? I think it was Cusack. I like how every time it shows the killer, there's music. You know, it's like now there's no music. Then they'll cut to the killer and it's like, Mrs. Bloom. Mrs. Bloom versus Mrs. Mack in a mud wrestling competition. Who wins? I think Mrs. Mack wins. Mrs. Mack is the house mother from Black Christmas, 74. Mrs. Bloom and Mrs. Mack, mud wrestling. Let's do it. She looks quite young to be maybe she's a fresh out of teaching, you know, school, right? Because she looks like she could have been one of the students and I'd be like, okay, sure. I believe it. It's kind of on that cusp, you know what I mean? I mean, who doesn't want to see Mrs. Mack and Mrs. Bloom mud wrestle? I know I do. I'd pay to see it. Hey, ain't nothing like getting mail with a bunch of religious stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with being religious for those of you out there. Just teasing, just having fun. Looks like she's in a dorm. 3 weeks. 3 weeks later. I bit my tongue there. 3 weeks later. So this is 3 weeks later. All right. Be funny if it was like the next day. It's like, you don't need to tell us it's the next day. Just cut to the next day and get on with it. I wonder why they chose sociology. Like, I wonder why they chose sociology. Unless it factors into, well, I guess sociology is the study of human behavior. So I guess, you know, when we're talking about psychopaths and killers, although psychology would be good for that as well, sociology would be good for that too. So I guess you have a psychopathic killer killing you, killing sociology. And maybe there's a hook here that I don't know yet, and it'll all make sense. Happy Sanjo says, sexiest mud wrestling of all time. Oh, for sure, man. Come on. Mrs. Mack and Mrs. Bloom, I'm in. Pay-per-view, I'm there. Doritos, Hawkins Cheesies, count me in. Hawkins Cheesies are really good Cheetos. You guys don't get Hawkins Cheesies in the States, but they're really good. They're like Cheetos, but they're fatter. And they're like crunchier. Oh, it's so fucking good. So addictive. So addictive. It's ridiculous.
Not recently, Julie.
There's a bit of a bracket vibe there.
Sorry, Julie. Everybody's entitled to one group time.
I'm sorry?
I said everybody's entitled to one group time.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brackett. I don't understand.
I said everybody's entitled to one group time.
Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, man. Oh, there's that music. I think The Burning had a bit of music like this, didn't it? Didn't The Burning have music that was kind of like this? No, The Burning is better than this movie. I will say that. Like, it's The Burning had a bigger budget, and you can tell that, and it's a better movie. But I always class, like, I think The Burning is above this, but I think The Burning is below Friday and Halloween. I don't dislike The Burning, but it's not one of my favorites. Although I do think you could remake it, but it's very kind of Friday the 13th too. So
What about
I don't know.
Tom?
You're gonna have to tell him that you're fucking. What are you gonna do? Have his kid and not tell him? That's right. You both shouldn't have done the hanky panky without wrapping it up. I'm just saying. Happy Sanjo says, you ever watch Red Letter Media, Dave? Not on the regular, but I do know who you're talking about. They have a best of the worst series that is fantastic. Review and watching trash movies like this. Oh, that's funny. That's good. That's good. I'll have to check that out sometime then. I am familiar with the channel, and I've watched a few of their things, but it's not a channel I watch on the regular. Usually only if something piques my interest and that they're talking about. Well, why'd you call? The drive-in.
Yeah, come on.
He sounds like a douche. Does he sound like a douche?
Come on, what's going on?
I might be pregnant.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking cares.
Or he'd be the opposite.
Baby, I'm gonna marry you. I get a job, man. I get a job. I'll take care of you and the baby.
I mean, he doesn't. I remember buildings that looked like that. Well, they still exist, but just very 80s. Yeah, the decor here is very 80s. This is very 80s. This shot's really weird. A little too much headroom. Whoa, that was a weird cut. Oh, they just got out of the cinema, I guess. Yeah, you can tell this was shot at different times. Like that was a weird cut. That was a weird cut. Oh, not a lot of splatter going on for Splatter University. We're about halfway through this movie. I think shit's going to hit the fan soon. Although we did get some splatter at the beginning. Happy Sandro says, how this movie wasn't lost to time is beyond me. Well, kind of was in some ways. I mean, I've never heard of it. Well, like, again, I mean, maybe, but I've never seen it. I just put in a Google search for worst 80s or worst 80s horror movies, I think. And this was on the list. Like I said, there were some others on there that I was kind of rooting for, but I figured that because this had the word splatter in it, Splatter University, it's just people were just going to pick it just because it sounds epic. I wonder if they're going to hook the speaker on the side of their car, because this would have been before you tuned into the radio. For those of you that don't know, back in the day, they used to have, there's the speaker on the side of the car. See, there it is. That's how it was. That's how I went to the theater to watch Gremlins and Back to the Future. And that is exactly what we had to do. We had to put the speaker on the side of the car. Those poles that, well, I don't know if they have them anymore, but for those of you that may have been too young to remember this, and had been to the drive-in. If you remember going to the drive-in, say in the late 90s or even through the 2000s, sometimes they would have poles all throughout the parking lot, which would be where you park, but there'd be nothing on the pole. Well, those poles used to have a speaker attached to it. And sometimes, and you would take it off and you'd hook it into your car or whatever. It all depends on how the drive-in was organized, but that's how it was done. And then somewhere in the 90s, I think, maybe mid to late 90s, they started changing and doing it through the radio. You would tune into a frequency on the radio, like, some 95.2 or something or whatever, and that's how you'd hear the movie. Holy crap, he's just going to town. He's just going to town. No, here he comes. Ooh, we got more. Uh-oh. Oh, this is like fucking BTK Killer. This is like BTK, right? Or no, Zodiac. This is like Zodiac. Or maybe both. That's eerie shit. Are they the only ones in the drive-in? No, that's true, Jacqueline. The woman doesn't look very interested or enthused at all. Nope. Not at all. She's like, well, what the hell does she expect? Like, you're with a douchebag. All right? Has she even told him yet? Or maybe this is a different guy? I don't know. It literally looks like they're the only people in the drive-in, which they would be, because this is a low-budget horror movie made for $50,000, and they would set it up totally like that. What's this smoke coming in? What is that? Is that somebody's smoke? Or was that what was that? Did you guys see that? Is that like a John Carpenter thing, or did somebody have a bit of a fog machine? They're creating fog now? It doesn't resonate to me like fog, though. It's just kind of weird, like somebody... Because you don't see it now. That was their tip to John Carpenter right there. Blowing their smoke into the frame. Okay, this is going to be cool. I'm putting it up here. I hope she's not pregnant, because that means she's going to die and the baby... Oh! Oh! Well, if she was... That's two people gone right there if she was pregnant. That's not good. That is the same girl that was pregnant, right? I think it is.
Don't let me catch you.
This guy is coming back. Not good, not good. She's right there in the front seat. Wait a minute, who did he drag away? Oh, back to the car, I guess.
So what, are you mad at me or something?
Yeah. Hey, are you mad at me?
You or what?
You bad at me? Fucking out here.
See if I give a shit.
Kind of looks like a really slim, skinny Lou Ferrigno.
Your fucking moods.
Calm down. What? You can't just... The old 70s, 80s rotary phone ring noise. Love that sound. That's great. That's crazy. What's going on? There's another white phone. It's probably the same white phone, actually. Uh-oh.
What about her? She's been killed. What? They
Yeah.
found her body at the movies a couple of hours ago.
No, Mark and I were at the movies tonight. That's about.
It was at the drive-in.
What happened? Did they say?
I don't know. That's why I called you. I thought maybe you'd heard something.
Look, let me call you back. If there's somebody I have to call first.
That's a really strange room she's in, isn't it? She's in like it's like a twin bed with this little... Oh, I mean, you know what? I can't be so harsh on this movie. It was a low budget, really low budget, no budget movie in the early 80s.
Okay.
Well, so much for that. So much for that. Mrs. Bloom. There's Mrs. Bloom with her fucking pointy bra. I wonder if that person that just walked out onto the deck in the background there is part of the movie. I bet you they're not. I bet you they're just there watching it being filmed. Did you see that? Did you see the person on the deck in the background that walked out? And they kind of went, ooh, and they went back? For sure. A lot of this would have been guerrilla filmmaking. I mean, unless they were shooting at, I mean, like shooting at the college, they would have got permission, obviously, and maybe a permit and things like that. But shooting on the sidewalk like that? No. Jacqueline says, oh my God, that yellow-green wallpaper is exactly the wallpaper my family had in our kitchen when I was growing up in the 80s. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things that I see even in Stranger Things, not so much now, but in the first season of Stranger Things, we were in a lot of their homes, right? And they did a really good job. The set decorator did a really good job on creating the environment of the early 80s. Everything from, you know, the lights to the wallpaper to the carpet, you know, to the furniture. I'm going out on a limb, and I think the killer is this priest. And I think because he's a priest, you don't suspect him. Because he's in a wheelchair, well, he is in a wheelchair. I don't know why I put that in quotes. But because he's in a wheelchair, you don't suspect he has the capability to do it. And I think there's going to be a moment where he springs out of the wheelchair and he's able to walk and he's got a knife and you're like, oh, fuck, he pulled the wool over our eyes. He's a fucking priest. I didn't suspect that. And he was in a wheelchair, so I didn't think he was able-bodied. Oh, my God, it's the priest. Or the priest is going to get his ass handed to him and it's a misdirect. But there was something about that shaken leg earlier. There was something about that. See, this is ADR. So keep in mind, these two are outside.
Come to my attention that you two had a lengthy conversation yesterday. What did you discuss?
These two are outside for those of you that are watching. But look at her hair in the wind.
What happened?
Right? See how the wind is blowing her hair?
I'm afraid I can't do that, Father.
But you see how the environment of the voices kind of sounds like they're inside? That's because they are. And because of the wind, the audio that they recorded on location here was probably not usable.
Okay, Gloria, I'll see you tomorrow night.
So they had to do some ADR. And on a really low budget movie like this, totally. That absolutely would have been the case. Oh, here's Carrot Top. What the hell is it? Oh, come on! Did you guys see that? Did you see what the priest just did? He looks over the... Oh, come on. I should have the volume up for this. The redhead was talking to the priest about how she felt violated by this guy that was, and he's looking over. He's like, looking at her legs. He's like, oh. Like his eyes were like bug-eyed and stuff. Mork? Is his name Mork? That is a shame. See, I think this is ADR'd as well, but they've done a better job at mixing it. And this would have been at a time where you would have done, I mean, you would have got Foley when you're on set as well, but you would have, you would have like added a lot of that in, and they might have had a room where they were doing it while they were watching a screen, doing the footsteps and all that kind of stuff. And Yeah, a lot of this sounds ADR. A lot of it could be, most of the outside shit could have been. This sounds, because they're in the car, probably not. Anyway, I'll stop with my technical stuff. I find that stuff interesting. Happy Sanjo said, did you guys have a set decoration person for It's Me, Billy, or was it more of you and Bruce deciding what goes in the room for vibe and stuff? We did not have a set decorator. We talked about it, hiring a set decorator or an art director, but the budget just didn't allow it. And so we felt confident in our abilities with our vision of what we wanted to be able to achieve that. And thankfully, the location sort of sold itself. Now, there's obviously things in It's Me, Billy that we did bring to the environment. But, you know, the furniture and the dining room table and the way everything looks. And I mean, it was already there. So we didn't need to worry about that. So thankfully that really helped. Like I said, there were some things we brought, but we felt pretty good. With Billy 2, you know, if we get a chance to do that, no official announcement has been made yet, just for those of you out there that might be thinking that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying yet. We might need an art director for that. We might need a set deck for that. Set decorator. Yeah, we might. But no, we didn't. We did it ourselves. Bruce was also production manager, essentially. I was props master. We were many things on this movie, which is what you do when you have a certain amount of money that can go to certain things, but then you're kind of like, that's it. If we had $100,000, then yeah, we would have been able to do that. Would have been able to hire more people. Oh, I saw the camera in the fucking reflection of the window. That was great. Listen to this music. This is good.
I don't even know what you want to find in there. I don't know, but it might be something that's implicated in the murders. This is so
It's
crazy.
good stuff.
I can't believe I let you talk me into this. And breaking and entering, we'll each get 10 years, Julie. Cynthia, I only have 15 minutes to get in and out. Look, I gotta get going, okay?
Listen to this music.
Julie! What? Be careful. Thanks.
Yeah, this is good shit. Oh, it's rising in tempo. Something's gonna happen. She's breaking in. She's breaking. Oh, she doesn't hear somebody. Oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
You looking for Mark?
Yeah.
He's not here right now. He's working at the college.
Oh, yes, I know.
So she suspects that it's Mark, maybe? Oh, it's Mark, not Mock. Thought he introduced himself as Mock. Hurry up. She's looking for evidence. She looking for evidence. Splatter University.
I get back for my files.
I completely forgot about it. I'm going home for lunch. I'll bring it back with me.
Thank you.
There's still something weird about that guy. I don't know. Who do you guys think? Like, or maybe we already know. Maybe if I had paid more attention at the beginning of the movie. Maybe we've already seen who the killer is, but then why hide his face for the rest of the movie anyway? Probably haven't. That's right, Cody. Give it back, Mark, you fucking son of a bitch. Mark's gonna wind up dead, and then they're gonna realize that it's not Mark. Maybe it is. Maybe Mark has information. Information. Oh yeah, look at that great prop newspaper. I love it. That's really good shit. Slasher strikes again. Oh. There must be a piece of music here. Because the audio went out again. That's weird. Why did the audio go out? Cody, is there like a music track that's playing or something? No, that's weird. I lost audio again. Not a big deal. I'm assuming the audio will return. That's okay. I can still get what's going on. It's Splatter University. It's not that difficult. She bailed. She did. Oh no, she can't. Oh no! Mark's coming up the stairs! Get out of there, bitch! Get out of there! There he is. He's gonna know somebody was in there. I don't think she had time to close anything, I don't think. Right now, yeah, okay. Okay. Is it like it's a song? That's probably why then. YouTube's muted it again for me. Seems like a weird place to have a song. We're still muted. Ooh, she knows. She knows. Or he knows, I should say. I don't think he's the killer, though. I think maybe he had, like, he was interested in it or something. He knows. Here we go. Audio's back. It's the suspenseful synthy music, Dave. Oh, okay. I wonder why they muted it. It's back now. Now I can hear it now. I can hear their conversation. Where are you watching this, Cody? Are you watching this off iTunes or something? Did you rent it? Because you could have watched it off of YouTube. Or maybe you own it. Maybe you own it. Bye-bye. Ooh, you going down. As if you'd smoke it in the school like that. I thought that was Henry Winkler there for a minute, sucking back a joint. It's not him, but I thought it was. All right. It does smell like shit. Even I can smell it. Uh-oh. She's going to open the door. I'm turning up the volume here. What's going to happen? Here it comes. Here it comes. Turn on the light and reveal. Yes! Oh! Oh, she's split open! Why did that guy was so half-ass about it?
Hey, what's wrong?
That guy was... one of the kids was half-ass about it. What the fuck, man? Doesn't sound like she's defending her students. She fucking bailed. Her students were standing right there. She's like, I'm out of here, man. I would have been out of there too, to be honest with you. Fuck that shit. Who needs that? Remember, this is supposed to be the most terrifying film of the year. Oh, there's Mr. Wheelchair right there. Priest in the wheelchair. I don't know, man. I still don't trust this guy. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there isn't anything, but I still don't. I still don't trust this guy.
I came to school today to tell you that I'm leaving tomorrow.
What's troubling you, my dear?
I just don't feel safe here anymore.
Look, I can understand that you're upset now, but that's no reason to act rash. You're in no more danger here than I am.
Father,
Ooh, oh, you're in no more danger here than I am. Of course he's not in danger because he's the killer! Oh! Boom shakalaka laka boom shakalaka laka boom shakalaka laka boom. I'm telling you, I think it's him, baby. I think it's him.
my best friend was killed.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of that.
No, of course you weren't, you son of a bitch. You insensitive bastard.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but my mind's been made up.
You get the fuck out of there. Like, leave right now. Hand him your resignation. Say you quit. Get the hell out of there. Move away. You can do better. You can totally do better. 100%.
I have no one to replace you on such.
I don't fucking care.
I'm sure you'll see things in a different light after a good night's sleep.
Oh, man. Do you not agree with me that it's him? I'm positive it's him.
Call me at any time. I'll be in till they lock the building tonight. Okay?
I'll be in till they lock the building tonight! Cat's out of the bag as far as I'm concerned. The cat's out of the bag. Cody says, this full movie is on Daily Motion. I couldn't play on YouTube without closing you out. Oh, okay. That's fair. Daily Motion. I think I've heard of Daily Motion. This movie's on Daily Motion. My God. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you. Not too much time left. We only got like another 10 minutes left of this movie. I'm telling you, we need to see some splatter. There's been a few splatter, but I don't know if this has earned the name Splatter University. Oh, we have a woman here tinkling on the toilet. Ooh, here he is. She's writing on the wall with her lipstick. He's been waiting. Oh, here it comes. Wait, how did he get in? Oh, no, I guess he hasn't opened the door yet. Aw, poor Dev. Dev, you're about to lose your woman. Here it comes. Oh. Oh! 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 Oh, yeah! All the... Yeah! Splatter University. You know what I should have done? At the end of every kill through this movie, I should have been like, Splatter University.
Look, I only came by to tell you that I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm paid up to the end of the month, so we should be okay.
Sorry, Mrs. Bloom.
It's rather sudden, isn't it? Don't
It's
you like
over.
it here? Well,
It's
look,
over,
you
Mrs.
couldn't
Bloom.
help. Well,
I still want to see the mud wrestling match between Mrs. Bloom and Mrs. Mack. I'm just telling you.
oh, I insist. I don't want you to think you're being cheated.
Oh, now, dearie, I insist. You must stay a little bit longer now.
Can you imagine? Be like, Mrs. Bloom.
Yes?
Why did you laugh like that?
Well, dear, why don't you come up and have some tea?
It's creepy stuff. Hey, Sweet Tea! Nice to see you here, Sweet Tea. Amazing. Thanks for dropping by. This is great. She's moving out. You're not going to fit that in your trunk. How are you going to close your trunk with all that? Yeah, see, exactly. Put shit in the back. Maybe she's already got shit in the back seat. I like how the killer just kills everybody with that one knife, and they set it up where he's like, he just kind of lunges, not even lunges, just kind of extends his arm. Come on, man. That was funny. You had to have been watching the movie to know what I'm talking about. Cody's going to get it. He's watching. Can't get enough of the Tone Man. There's always room for the Tone Man. Look at that leopard. Why does she have leopard underwear over her nylons? Maybe that was a thing in the 80s. Oh, and the music dropped out again. So, not a big deal. I'll just have to imagine that there's some weird, crazy synth music here. Oh, no. Now we're back. I don't know. Oh! Right in the mouth. Oh, down goes Carrot Top. Man. Whoo. That was intense. Well, she's done. Splatter University. You do? Ooh. I'm telling you, it's him. I know it's him. Cody, yeah. Money shot, baby. Yep. Dumpster. Oh, what's he doing? What's this priest doing by the dumpster? What's he throwing out? Let me turn up. This is good music. What's going on here? He's gonna hit the evidence. It's the evidence. Oh, okay. Maybe this is a bit of a misdirect. All right. Interesting. For those of you that aren't watching, he dumped basically a bunch of porn magazines into the dumpster, which obviously is a big no-no if you're a priest, right? And so maybe that's why he's kind of weird or has this weird vibe. He's got like this gift. Maybe. So maybe he isn't the killer. Maybe not. I'm still thinking he could be, though.
Mark! Julie, I tried calling you on the phone, but you hung up on me.
It's not Mark.
Let's straighten everything out.
What are you doing here?
I don't think it's Mark. If it's Mark, it's too obvious.
Now listen.
Oh, she's going to hit him over the head with that.
But you're wrong.
Yep. Yep. Oh, you go, girl. Shit's going down. Shit's going down. Listen to this. Oh, she fucking left a suitcase. Oh, yeah, you grab your Jesus. He's pissed at you. No amount of caressing the Almighty will fix this. Just saying. You fucking murderer. This music's great. So now she's gone back to the, I'm just going to mute it here for a sec. She's gone back to the university to meet with the, you know what? I got to turn this up. I'm going to get dinged, but whatever. Who's going to ding me for Splatter University? Really, YouTube? You're going to ding me for Splatter University?
I thought I should tell you what I know before I leave.
Kind of, come on.
And if you don't believe me, well, you'll find out for yourself soon enough.
What's troubling you, my dear?
I think I know who did it.
Did what?
Killed Cynthia and Kathy.
It's you. Come on.
It was Mark.
Yeah, well, she thinks it's Mark,
Ham.
but it's not. I thought he said Mark Hamill. It's the priest. It's the priest, and that's why he's a professor at the college, because he's undercover.
I need to talk to him. This is an emergency.
Maybe not. Maybe
He's
I'm
at the
wrong.
school. With Julie? No, that's okay. I'll talk to him myself.
Ooh.
Miss Parker, I'm glad you came to see me tonight. I can see that you've let your imagination run away with you, and I think I can help you.
Oh, I bet you can, you soft-voiced
That's
priest.
simple. I asked you to come and see me many times.
He's gonna stand up.
Had you done so,
Look at those pants and those shoes. It's him.
saved yourself from the inevitable.
What are you talking about?
Here it comes.
You really can't see what a terrible mistake you made, can you?
I've called it. Here it is, baby. Here it is. He's about to stand up.
He tried to kill me.
I know the torment you're going through.
Stand up, you sack of shit.
Before you're
You're no priest.
I know the temptations of the flesh and the women that are
Shut up.
my sin and the loss of my limbs.
Stand up. You got no loss. What, you going to blame? Oh, I know. I know what's going to happen now. He's going to say that he's been cured by Christ, and that's how he's able to walk. Oh, yeah, baby.
God.
I told you. Oh! No, don't kill her. Don't kill her. Mark's going to save her. Oh. Oh, right in the balls. I was right. Yeah. Run, run, Julie, run. That was great, though. He hid the knife in the Jesus cross. That was cool. I like that. I like that. Feels so wrong, doesn't it? Yeah, you're going down, motherfucker. Oh yeah, I was right. Okay, let me mute this. There's a chase happening here. Julie's trying to get out of the. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. Trying to get out of the college. Mark's trying to get into college to save her. The priest, the fucking freaky priest, is after her. Oh yeah. I called it early, didn't I? I mean, come on, it's not that hard. I shouldn't gloat too much. It is Splatter University. She's looking for her. Or he's looking for her, I should say. Where is she, in the bathroom? Yeah, she's in the bathroom. It's okay, Julie. Mark's going to come to your rescue, and then you guys are going to make out and bang after a coffee later. Why a coffee? I don't know. Or maybe you'll... Nah, it's over. Yep. Oh! Ooh. Ooh. I'm hearing some feedback on my microphone. Well, the movie's almost done. Not much I can do at the moment, but yeah, there's like a, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Every time I talk, there's like a, I think I know where it's coming from. Yeah, I think it's that. I don't have time to fix it at the moment, but anyway, I'll get it fixed for Monday night. Ooh. Can you guys hear me okay? There's like a little bit of a hiss static kind of thing when I talk in my headphones. I think I know where it's coming from. I'd have to get up and fix it and stop it. And I just, the movie's almost done, so we'll just live with it for now. Oh, there he is. There he is. What's he doing? He wants her bad. Wait, he didn't kill any of the guys. He was just kill. Oh, no, not Julie. No, not Julie. Oh, no way. Ah, I hope she's still alive. He hasn't killed any dudes. He's all about killing women because obviously he feels it's a sin that they're. Yeah, I get what's going on here, but yeah, I don't think he's killed any dudes. That's too bad. Maybe she's still alive. Maybe she's still alive. We can hold out hope. I don't think she's still alive. I think she's gone. No, come on, Julie. Come on, be alive. She doesn't look alive. She looks very dead. Very, very dead. I gotta admit, I feel sad because that's the only fucking character I cared about in this movie, and you kill her in the last 5 minutes? I'm not really attached to this guy. All right, Mark, if you're all we've got, let's go, Mark. Come on. Let's go. He knows. Oh, the blood of Christ. The power of Christ compels you. That's good. I like that. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Ooh, so he's been impersonating a priest. We're now we're now watching the epilogue here. Kind of, like the Psycho moment. I was right. Yeah, that's why he only killed women. Well, that sucks. Julie died. Kind of felt unnecessary for her to die. And that's it. Splatter University. Not a very good movie. Actually, that was a terrible movie. That was an absolutely terrible, terrible movie. And, but hey, we watched it. We hung out together. We watched it. We had some fun. And that's what this is all about. Maybe we'll do some other cheesy ones and hopefully we can find a really bad, although I did, that was the whole point, right? But hopefully maybe some of the other ones on the list, like, Trick or Treats, or Prey, or, what was another one? Final Exam, or, The Prey, or Don't Open Till Christmas. We should check some of those out. I think that would be a lot of fun. But this wasn't a very good movie. I have to say, this was not a very good movie at all. But we had some fun with it. But I gotta admit, I'm really disappointed that Julie died. It's unfortunate. Julie died. I feel like it was unnecessary to kill her. I mean, she was our main protagonist. She was the one that we were following all the way through, and she died. And Mark, I mean, nothing. I think that was a big mistake. I think follow it through. See it through right till the very end. See it through. Julie should have been the one that doesn't mean he can't get the better of her. And, but I think when Mark showed up at the elevator and he saw Julie lying there, as soon as they showed that shot with her lying there, I was like, yeah, no, she's dead. Like, she looks dead. There's a pool of blood the size of a swimming pool all around her. I think she's dead. But I wouldn't have had that. I would have had her kind of like barely alive. And she's like, it's Father so-and-so or whatever, right? And he's like, oh my God, you fucking son of a bitch. Something like that. And then there was like a big fight between Mark and the priest in the office there. And I think he should have died. I think he should have died at the hands of his own knife. That's what I think they should have done. Nonetheless, that was Splatter University. Yeah. And Andrew Stevens, Dave talking to us saved us from our life being wasted. It's totally true. And you know what I can say? I can safely say about this movie? This movie is worse than Halloween Resurrection and Halloween 5. I'm just saying Halloween 5 and Halloween Resurrection are better movies than this. They are. I mean, that is just the reality. No, but that's the point, right? The whole point was to watch really low budget, cheesy, awful movies. And this is fun. We have to do this again. This is fun. Come on. This is fun. This is fun. Come on. You love it. You know you do. All right. Well, listen, that's going to do it for this Saturday movie night. Thank you to everybody who tuned in live. Thank you to everybody who's watching after the fact. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on Splatter University and whether or not you've seen this movie, whether or not you've heard about this movie. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. This was a fun one. Really appreciate it. Yeah. But Dave, have a great rest of your Saturday night. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I will be back Monday night, returning with Tony Michael for a brand new episode of Two Dudes and Some Feces. Two dudes and some bullshit. All right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.